Hi, my name is Virna Mananzan, and I am part of the healing team for Father Suarez's healing masses here that will be conducted in Northern Virginia from July 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The purpose of this video is for all volunteers to find out the actual foot traffic during the healing process. Mind you, during the Mass itself, the healing process, the healing of Father Suarez starts with the Mass and then the actual healing process. During the Mass, it will still have the same procedure wherein everybody goes in the middle of the aisle, receives their communion, and go back to their seats. The actual healing, however, happens wherein they will fall in line, see Father Suarez, and leave the premises. So my job here and the purpose of this video is to give you a better foot traffic when it comes to the actual healing Mass, because the purpose of it is after they see Father Suarez, our objective is to have them all go out of the church in a very quiet and orderly fashion. And the reason also giving this information out as early as now is so that we will be in sync, regardless if you are a volunteer inside the church or if you are a volunteer in the parking lot, simply because anyone and everyone attending will ask you, and once they ask you, you should be ready to answer the questions and show them where the exits are and all the doors. We will have signs around showing this is just an exit or just an entrance, but as a volunteer, I want you educated enough to know what's going on inside the church. Hi, okay, at this point, I'm going to have to demonstrate and show you the floor plan so you'll understand what I'm talking about and we can discuss the foot traffic of the Mass. Let me first describe to you, this is a bird's eye view of the actual church. So this part here is the parking lot. Just imagine yourself parking here, and then there's a step up in the vestibule area where there is a roof. These are the two main doors when you get in. And there's another foyer around the area before you get into this glass wall and two glass doors to get into the actual church premises. So I apologize, this is not to scale. However, I'll just give you a picture of what the church is like. Anyway, there's two double glass doors here, and there's like a holy water design. It's not a fountain, but it's a circular water. And then all the blue lines you see here will be the church pews. The semicircular area that you see here is the actual altar, and that's the table of the altar. There's a podium here for the lector, and there's the choir area here on the right side. Let me talk about the exits. There's an exit right outside on the left side of the altar, facing the altar, which is right side of the altar or left side as you face the altar. There's an exit. There's also an exit here, but we will not be using that because it just goes through the hallway of the church and school premises. Let's go back in the front. These are the two main doors, and there's another double door here which can enter through the hallway, and these are classrooms already. Mind you, these two double thick lines would just be a cut. It's actually like this, and then there's a long hallway before it reaches another double doors going through, and on the right side would be the cafeteria area. Now, the reason why I wanted to show the cafeteria area, because the actual church can only house 750 people. That's including all the volunteers and the attendees. We cannot go beyond the 750, but we are expecting more than 750. So, if we have filled up this church already, we are going to have to get everybody inside the cafeteria or the holding room. After the Mass, once everybody in the church has been healed or has been touched by Father Suarez, all the people from the cafeteria or holding area will have to go walk through the church and see Father Suarez and exit. As I've said earlier, the purpose of this video is to make sure that you know the traffic flow so we can do it in a very orderly fashion, in a very quiet way, and not to have people bumping into each other, okay? All right, at this point, I'm going to have to demonstrate now the actual foot traffic. And I'm breaking it down into three phases. Phase 1 would be the non-ambulatory attendees, which are people in wheelchairs or people walking with a walker or maybe with a cane, or children, folks with autistic children or autistic individuals. So when I say non-ambulatory, it doesn't necessarily mean unable to walk. That's also including inability to walk and people who need guidance, like blind people who need assistance into ambulating and going through. So that's phase one. I'm going to discuss to you phase one. Phase two would be the rest of the attendees, which are the ambulatory people on the pews inside the church. So that's phase two. Phase three will be people from the cafeteria and how the traffic is going to be like going in through the church and then exiting. Okay, as I've said, this is phase one. I just put a sheet of paper on top of the floor plan just to show you the actual plan. So in this area, we will assign all the non-ambulatory people, the ones with wheelchairs. Mind you, if they're all seated here, I would presume that they came in a little bit later, that's why they're not inside the church. However, they can also hear what's going on inside the Mass and be part of the Mass. So, we're done with the actual communion, we're now in the healing process. So we will start with them. So all the people in this area will have to start wheeling in this way and line up this way. And all the people here, all the people in wheelchair around here will start to have to go this way, look in the middle of the hallway, and go to the left side. Let me do that again. All of the ones on the right side will go through this side, not on the center. They have to go through this side, on the right side at the end. This is the wall. And then all the ones over here will start going in the hallway, in the middle aisle, and go on the left side. So this is our priest, and we have them lined up here. We can fit in 8 on each side. Okay? Now let me discuss to you where they exit. So once they're done, all the people from this side will have to exit in the middle and exit this way on these double doors and out. Everyone on this side will have to exit this way. And go out. The reason why we're going to have to do this is because the wheelchairs will not be able to be wheeled out well enough on a side-by-side basis. They can do it on a single file, but I will show you why I'm doing this flow, just to have the uniformity when it also comes to the foot traffic. And so this is phase one for the non-ambulatory attendees.